Hello, I'm Kaylin Mallard. I'll be doing my speech 2 on my career plans and goals, and I chose to talk about ABA. ABA stands for Applied Behavioral Analysis, and my career goals are to obtain my doctorate in behavior analysis, actually criminal behavior analysis, so that I can work with various different ages and different diagnoses and special needs. So, how did I get started with ABA? Well, first of all, my mother and my grandmother are also behavior analysts. They're therapists, and they have been for 30 years. Before my grandmother died, my mom and my grandmother, they worked together at a special needs camp for adults, and that's how they started. When I first started working, I thought I wanted to get more into criminal law, so I started taking courses for criminal justice, and I landed my first job as a case manager for Orange County Drug Court, and I worked there for about 5 years. During that time, I had a colleague of mine that actually referred me to work with special needs part-time, and then I started doing that along with working at drug court at the same time. And after that, I found that working with special needs were more rewarding for me. So it became my newfound love and my passion, and something that I really wanted to do. So I then took my RBT, which is Registered Behavior Therapist Technician, and I had to pass my exams, and I got more into the field working with kids that are on the autism spectrum, and as well as other different diagnoses. So how ABA works basically is we really drive up for positive reinforcement, and positive reinforcement is actually rewarding the behavior that we want to see. So we reward the behavior that we want to see, and we put the behavior that we don't want to see on extinction, which means that we don't give that behavior any type of attention. And positive reinforcement really, like I said, we're driven from that. One of the things that you have to do to become a behavior therapist is several different things. You have to sit for a board exam. You have to take a certain amount of hours to obtain that certification, as well as training. There's 3 different levels to ABA, which is 1 is RBT, Registered Behavior Technician. 2 is the BCABA, which is the Behavioral Assistant Behavior Analyst. 3 is the BCBA, the Behavioral Analyst. And then we have the BCBAD, which is the Doctorate of Behavior Analysis. And of course, all of those you would have to continue education. And with RBT, you basically have to have your 40 hours of your behavior analysis, and you have to make sure that you pass the competency exam. And with the behavior assistant, you also have to have it. You also have to have a bachelor's degree in science in any preferred field, and you also have to sit for the exam. And for your behavior analysis, BCBA, you have to have a master in science, and you also have to sit for the competency exam. And for your doctorate, the same thing. You have to have your master's to your doctorate, and then you have to sit for that board exam, so that way you're specialized in that particular area. It is a passion of mine. It's something that I love to do. It is something that I've been doing a long time, and I am, like I said earlier, continuing education so that I can have my doctorate in behavior analysis and criminal behavior analysis. And basically the salary range from $25,000 to $85,000 to $400,000 a year. It depends on what level that you're at. Starting out, you may make anywhere between $25,000 and $40,000, and then once you start to continue education and go more toward the BCA level, then you will start making $80,000+ a year, which is another reason why I got into the field, because it is, you know, profitable. You do make good money, but it is something that you have to have a passion for, because it is a lot of hard work as far as working on your patients. So that's one thing that I do have, which is a lot of patience, and that's why I've sustained so long in the field. So that concludes my my story about ABA, how I became interested in all the different areas of the field. So thank you so much.